What's up, guys? Josiah here. This is actually the fourth time I've tried to make it make an intro to this video because I keep cracking up. I actually just finished a calculus exam this morning, and if everything went as I felt about it, it went really well. But that's kind of to let you guys know what I've been doing since my last real video. I have been super busy with school, studying, and just kind of making sure that I'm ultra prepared for like everything. So that's pretty much what's been tying up all my time outside of like work and whatnot. So that was that. I also wanted to kind of just give you guys a quick update what I've been doing as far as computer-wise since then. If you can't tell from the video, I brought the iMac back out of storage, and I actually chatted with a couple of my subscribers, and based on what we were talking about, I'm actually just going to keep this, guys. It's a lot more, not a whole lot more powerful than my MacBook, but because it has a lot more storage with the faster spinning hard drive, maxed out RAM, really fast processor with a lot more cache, I'm going to actually just use this for archiving and for like my actual just straight up video editing purposes, and then I'm going to stick to using my MacBook more for like class notes, keeping track of my calendars and stuff. And what's really cool, now that I have both of them set up and I have them both on, as you can see, the MacBook's doing super well. It's still just as thin as ever. But what I've been doing, OS X is actually really smart in that if you share a folder and you have two computers that are like the wireless connection is on, it will allow you to connect to the other computer wirelessly with literally like no options that you have to even configure. It just does it. And basically all I do is I set up a password between the two, and I have both of my home folders shared like between the two. And what I've been doing, I'm working on importing my CD collection to my iMac in a lossless format called FLAC. It's free lossless audio encoder. And what I do with that, I drop that into a program called FooBar. It's a Windows application, but about 3 weeks ago, a company called Crossover, there was a link on their website where for one day you could download a free unlocked version of their software. So I did. It works flawlessly. Basically what you do, it sets up what's called a bottle, and when you open a bottle, you can run a Windows app in it. And you configure a few things, tell it where you want it to install your Windows apps, and you actually load the exe file into Crossover. It installs wherever you tell it to, and it looks just like you're running it in Windows. Because this is just using OS X now, I can use my full 4 gigs of RAM for whatever purposes I need it. Whereas with XP, because it's 32-bit, I was only able to get 3 gigs out of it. And I knew there had to be something that I could install that would allow me to stick with using OS X and still use some Windows apps in it. So that said, I drop my FLAC files into FooBar, run a few things on them, replay gain, which basically tells you how loud the songs are. I run a scan of that, and then I think I told you guys about Nero AAC encoder. It also works just as well as FooBar does through Crossover. Again, it's also just a Windows-based exe, but you're actually able to use it on an OS X platform. It's really cool. I'm going to put a link to Crossover in the sidebar over there just so you guys can check it out. Again, that file that I downloaded was just for one day. It was free and unlocked. But feel free to check it out anyways. I think they might even have like a trial version of it. That said, basically all I do, I just run a batch conversion of all of the lossless files, and it spits out the Nero AAC files, and the quality is excellent. I actually backed down. I don't need a whole bunch of quality anymore. Now space is becoming a little bit more of an issue just because I'd rather save the space for videos. Honestly, my iPod, I was running up close to about 27 gigs of music at the original bitrate that I had it at, which was like 175, and that's like quality 5 with Nero AAC. I backed it down to quality 4, and honestly, it's about 2/3 the original size, and the quality is almost exactly the same. I'd say at least 95% of the files still sound exactly like a CD. And frankly, that last 5% really isn't important enough to me that I would bump the quality up that much. So that's that. So now I'm able to use Nero on OS X, which is awesome. For more, again, for more information, feel free to check out the Crossover website, and it'll tell you the list of actual like supported applications you can use, like Photoshop for Windows, Office 2007, 2003, etc. So it's a really cool app. I'm really rambling here. All right, so back to that. My iMac is back out of storage again, so I'm using that for my archiving and stuff. My MacBook is working really well. Just a quick update on that. Battery life is still a solid 4 to 5 hours with wireless turned on, pretty like active, because I've been downloading quite a bit of stuff. And so that works out really well throughout the course of my day. Usually I actually come back from campus at night with still about an hour of charge left on it. So what I do, I actually just let the battery run all the way down. I read somewhere, and I've actually heard from several people, that the battery will last longer if you let it run all the way down and then charge it from that point. So I've been doing that. I'm going to try it out because I've never really had a notebook where I tried that before. So I'll see how it goes, and I'll let you guys know how it works out. It's already gone through 16 charge cycles, I think. So I mean, I've been using it a lot, and it's not just for fun. Like honestly, like I've been using it a ton for school. It's becoming really handy. Right now, I actually have a group project in speech that I've been working on, and what I've been able to do, instead of having to go to one of the computer labs and work on a computer there, I'm actually able to use Google Documents, write up all of my speech info in it, and then all I have to do is jump on my iMac, and it's right there. All I have to, just open Safari. Oh, by the way, that's one other thing. I switched back to Safari, but more on that later. So I open up my browser, and I'm able to edit it from there. So that's been really handy. Again, also the calendar, it's awesome. It works just as well as with the iPod Touch. There's a little bit more options you can configure, but it's come really in handy. I can't tell you how much more productive I've been able to be since I switched to using Apple products. Honestly, to some people it might be a little bit of a distraction to have some of the options available, on the iMac and the MacBook, but honestly, like I actually found myself being more focused now. If you're thinking of switching to an Apple product, whether it be a desktop or a notebook, whatever, do it. Seriously, I could not strongly enough suggest it to you. The Switch is well worth it. It takes so little time to learn OS X, and it's very powerful. Everything is just right there for you. So, how many topics have I covered so far? I think I'm at like 24 so far. So, oh yeah, and then my browser, like I was trying to say, I discovered that you can download a version of AdBlock for Safari. That was honestly the only reason I had been using Firefox, is because I wasn't aware there was actually a version of AdBlock for Safari. I downloaded the package, installed it, worked perfect. You can configure different filter lists that it'll filter ads. It actually completely just removes the ads from the page, just like in Firefox. So I switched back to using Safari because it's actually native on OS X. It runs a lot faster. It does actually, I've noticed, it does load pages faster. I think the layout engine is actually quite a bit faster in Safari. So that's that. Basically, yeah, like I said, this was just kind of a quick update. Let you guys know what's going on. Let you know I brought the iMac back, and I will be keeping it. Thank you to the couple people who were letting me know, to keep them posted on it. And also, I wanted to say a really quick thank you to everybody who's subscribed so far. Guys, I really appreciate it. I'm well over 150 subscribers now. I never thought I would get even that many, and frankly, I've enjoyed every minute of it so far. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. As always, I'm still here to answer questions for you, and if I don't know the answer off the top of my head, I'll look it up for you and find out. But yeah, feel free to let me know if you have any questions. Also, if you have any video ideas for the future, let me know. And I do still have my MacBook review coming soon, so keep your eye out for that. So guys, I'm right up around 10 minutes now, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. Again, I hope you're all doing well. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye. Hey guys, Josiah here. I hope you're all doing well wherever you are at. Thank you, Ton for Lakers. What's up, guys? Josiah here. I hope you're all doing well. It is a freaking cold day out there, man.